Have you ever looked at someone your age and wondered why their memory feels sharper than yours? They remember names faster, think clearer, while you sometimes pause, searching for simple words. Now, here's the uncomfortable part. It may not be your age at all, and it's not just genetics either. In fact, doctors are starting to warn that one very common habit, something millions of people do every single morning, may be quietly speeding up brain aging, without any obvious signs. Even more surprising? Most people doing it actually believe they're making a healthy choice, so this isn't about willpower, and it's not about doing something extreme. It's about something small, hidden, and repeated daily. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'll walk you through 7 simple breakfast habits, counting down to the one doctors say is the most damaging for your brain after 50. And what you can do instead, starting tomorrow or today, if you're over 50 or you care about someone who is. This might change the way you look at your morning forever. Let me tell you something most people don't realize. Your brain is actually very sensitive in the morning. After a full night of rest, it's like a dry sponge, ready to absorb whatever you give it first. And that first input can either protect your memory or slowly push it in the wrong direction. The scary part is this: you won't feel it immediately. There's no pain, no warning sign, no sudden change. It shows up slowly, over time. You forget little things more often, you lose focus faster, conversations become harder to follow, and most people just say, I'm getting older. But what if that's not the full story? What if some of these changes are being quietly accelerated by what you do every single morning, without thinking? That's why in this video, we're going to break it down simply without any complicated science or confusing medical terms. Just clear, practical truth. And as we go, I'll show you exactly what's happening inside your brain and the simple changes that can protect it. Let's start with number 7. Habit number 7. Skipping protein at breakfast. This one surprises a lot of people because it doesn't feel dangerous at all. In fact, many people think they're doing the right thing. A light breakfast, maybe just tea and bread or coffee and a biscuit. Something small, quick, and easy. But here's what's really happening inside your brain. Your brain needs a steady supply of amino acids in the morning. These are the building blocks it uses to make important chemicals like dopamine and acetylcholine, the very chemicals responsible for focus, memory, and mental clarity. When you skip protein, your brain starts the day with low fuel, and instead of feeling sharp and alert, you may notice you get distracted easily. Your thinking feels slower. You forget small things more often, not because something is wrong with you, but because your brain simply doesn't have what it needs to work properly. Now, here's the part most people miss. When this happens occasionally, your body can adjust. But when it becomes a daily habit, it creates a pattern of low brain stimulation every morning. Over time, that pattern can quietly affect how your brain performs, especially after 50, when your brain becomes more sensitive to these changes. Simple fix. You don't need anything complicated. Just add a small source of protein to your breakfast. Something like eggs, yogurt, beans, nuts. Even a small amount can make a big difference in how your brain starts the day. Now, that might seem minor, but the next habit is something many people do thinking it boosts their brain, when it may actually be doing the opposite. Habit number 6, eating a quick sugar breakfast. This one is extremely common, and it looks completely harmless. A slice of white bread, some jam, a sugary cereal, maybe even fruit juice on the side. It feels light. It feels normal. It even feels like energy. But here's what's really happening inside your brain. When your breakfast is mostly quick sugar, your blood sugar rises very fast. At first, you might feel a little boost, but shortly after, it crashes. And your brain does not like that crash, because your brain depends on stable energy, not sudden spikes. So when this up and down pattern happens, you may notice your focus drops quickly. You feel mentally tired too early in the day, you struggle to stay sharp for long. Now, here's where it becomes more serious. When this happens every morning, over time, it can start to affect how your brain handles energy. And after 50, your brain becomes less flexible with these fluctuations. That repeated spike and crash cycle can slowly contribute to poor concentration, slower thinking, increased brain fatigue. Not overnight, but gradually, quietly in the background. Simple fix. You don't have to remove everything you enjoy, just balance it. If you're having something like bread or cereal, pair it with something that slows down the sugar effect. For example, add protein like eggs or yogurt. Add healthy fats like nuts or peanut butter. This helps your brain get a steady release of energy instead of a sudden rush. Habit number 5, not drinking water in the morning. This one is so simple, most people completely overlook it. You wake up, start your day, maybe go straight to breakfast, but you don't drink water. It doesn't feel like a big deal. But inside your body, something important is happening. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body wakes up slightly dehydrated, and your brain. It's one of the first organs to feel it. Even mild dehydration can reduce how efficiently your brain works. You may not notice it immediately, but it shows up in small ways. Your thinking feels a bit slower. You struggle to concentrate. You feel mentally foggy. Now here's the deeper part. Your brain relies on proper hydration to maintain blood flow and communication between cells. When there isn't enough fluid, that communication becomes less efficient. And over time, this can quietly affect memory and clarity, not in a dramatic way, but in a slow, gradual decline that most people blame on aging. Simple fix. Before anything else in the morning, drink a glass of water. That's it. Simple, but powerful. You can even make it a habit. Keep water by your bedside. Drink it before your first meal. It helps your brain wake up properly and prepares it for everything that follows. Habit number 4, eating breakfast in a rush or while stressed. This one doesn't seem like a health habit at all, but it has a powerful effect on your brain. Think about this. You're eating quickly, maybe standing, maybe checking your phone, or already worried about the day ahead. Your body might be eating, but your brain is in stress mode. And when that happens, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. Now, cortisol isn't bad on its own, but in the morning, when it's already naturally higher, adding more stress on top of it creates a problem because your brain shifts into survival mode, not focus mode. So instead of supporting memory and clear thinking, your brain is focused on getting through the moment. Over time, this can lead to poor concentration, more forgetfulness, mental fatigue early in the day. And here's the part most people don't realize. When this becomes a daily pattern, your brain starts to expect stress every morning. That constant pressure can slowly affect areas of the brain responsible for memory, especially as you get older. Simple fix. You don't need a perfect routine. Just slow things down a little. Sit while you eat. Take a few calm breaths before starting. Avoid rushing or multitasking. Even just 5 to 10 calm minutes can shift your brain out of stress mode and into a state where it can actually function better. Before we continue, if this is helping you see your health in a clearer way, take a second to like this video and subscribe. This channel is all about making health simple, especially after 40, 50, and beyond. No confusion, no complicated advice, just clear, practical guidance you can actually use. And it also helps this video reach more people who might be going through the same thing, but don't understand why. All right, now let's continue. Habit number 3, eating the same breakfast every single day. This one almost sounds harmless. In fact, many people feel proud of it. Same breakfast, same routine, every single day. It feels disciplined. It feels consistent. But here's what's happening quietly in the background. Your brain thrives on nutrient variety. Different foods provide different vitamins, minerals, and compounds that support memory, focus, and long-term brain protection. When your breakfast never changes, your brain keeps receiving the same limited set of nutrients over and over again. And over time, that can lead to small nutritional gaps, not enough to make you feel sick, but enough to affect how your brain performs, especially after 50, when your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and using nutrients. This can slowly contribute to reduced mental sharpness, lower energy for thinking, gradual memory decline, and most people never connect it because the habit feels healthy. Simple fix. You don't need a complicated plan, just rotate your breakfast. For example, eggs today, oats tomorrow, beans or yogurt another day. Small changes like this give your brain a wider range of support. Habit number 2, eating very late. Then, skipping a proper morning reset. This one is a bit hidden because it doesn't just happen in the morning. It starts the night before. You eat late at night, maybe something heavy, then you wake up without real hunger. So you either skip breakfast or eat something very small just to manage. It feels normal, but your brain is quietly affected by this pattern. Here's why. Your brain follows a natural daily rhythm. At night, it's supposed to rest and repair. In the morning, it expects a fresh start, new fuel, new signals, but when you eat late, your body is still busy digesting when you should be resting. So your brain doesn't fully reset. And when morning comes, instead of starting fresh, your brain is still in a kind of leftover state. Over time, this can lead to slower thinking in the morning, mental heaviness or fog, reduced alertness early in the day, especially after 50 when your body takes longer to recover and reset. And because this happens daily, it quietly affects how your brain performs over the long term. Simple fix. Give your brain a clean break overnight. Try to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before sleep. In the morning, don't skip completely. Even something light but balanced helps. This allows your brain to fully reset and start the day clearer. Now, there's one final habit left. And this is the one doctors are most concerned about because it directly affects how your brain cells handle energy. And over time, it can speed up brain aging without you noticing. Habit number 1, ultra-processed breakfast foods, the silent brain drain. This is the one doctors are most concerned about because it doesn't look dangerous. It looks normal. Breakfast cereals, packaged pastries, flavored drinks, quick, ready-made options, they're convenient, they taste good, and they're everywhere. But here's what's happening quietly inside your brain. Most ultra-processed foods are made with refined ingredients, additives, and artificial flavors. They're designed for taste and shelf life, not for nourishing your brain. So when you eat them regularly in the morning, your brain is starting the day with low-quality fuel. At first, you won't notice much, but over time, this can affect how your brain cells function. Because your brain needs stable energy, real nutrients. Clean signals and ultra-processed foods often do the opposite. They can lead to more inflammation in the body, poor energy regulation, reduced support for brain cells. And after 50, your brain becomes more sensitive to these effects. So what feels like a simple, convenient breakfast can slowly contribute to brain fog, slower thinking, gradual memory decline. Not suddenly, but quietly, over years. Simple fix. You don't need to be perfect. Just start shifting toward more real foods. For example, replace sugary cereal with oats, swap packaged snacks for eggs or fruit with nuts. Choose simple, whole ingredients whenever possible. Think of it this way. If it comes in a long ingredient list, your brain probably doesn't benefit much from it. And here's the good news. None of this means your brain is damaged. It just means it's been undersupported. And the moment you start giving it better fuel, it responds. If you've noticed even one of these habits in your routine, don't worry. Most people do. The goal isn't perfection. It's awareness and small changes. Start with just one. And pay attention to how you feel over the next few days. Your brain is always listening to what you do daily. And small shifts, repeated over time, can make a powerful difference. If this helped you, let me know in the comments. Which of these habits surprised you the most? And if you know someone over 50 who starts their day this way, share this video with them. It might help them more than you think.